Women's Day is togetherness. So yeah, I'm loving the togetherness here. And a very big thank you for those of you all up here today. It was a lot of hard work, but you made it here. Okay, so a little exercise for you ladies, right? I have some paper and pens that I will pass around. I would like you to write a letter to the lady that you attended this event with. Just telling her how much she inspires you, right? I'll pass that around now. Kosi, come help you, please. Babe, babe, come on. So give each lady a page, and then you got an envelope, and then there's pins on that table there. Okay, so I'm just handing out the paper and pins. Yes, babe. Thank you. I see you took out your hirelings. Took out your hirelings. Okay, and another exercise that you can complete at home today, guys. I want you to reach out to a woman in your life. It can be your mom, it can be your aunt, it can be your school teacher. Just letting them know how grateful you are to have them in your life. Okay, so that's another exercise for Women's Month. Let's just inspire other women.
Who do you think is going to do homework?
They're going to do.
Who is going to do homework?
It's not homework. You're just calling them to tell them how grateful you are to have them in your life. Right. So while we're getting that done, today I have a podcast series. And the podcast series is called Rajana's Talk Show. Right? Huh?
Oh, yeah. Let's hear them talk first. Yeah.
Talk.
The financial talk.
Okay. But there's not a lot of people here.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's just cover whoever is.
Okay, so we're gonna change that around. We're gonna call FNB first.
I think his name is Sia.
Sia. Okay, so Sia is gonna be giving us a talk, right, from FNB. Ladies, can we have your attention? You can stand here. You're loud enough, like me.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is Sia.
Welcome, Sia.
Welcome, Sia. Give him a round of applause. Thank you. We can do better than that.
There you go. Okay, so at least here you ladies have got a bit of energy as well. I know we started a bit late, but just to those at the back,
Quiet.
just to those at the back, hello as well. Hope you're right. Yeah, so I'm Sebong Mzimela from FNB, and the department is called Staffing Solutions. And my role is very broad because our responsibility is to try and bridge the gap between the company and the staff. Most of the time you'll see there'd be a relationship manager that would look after the business. But also as well, you need to find out what do we get as a staff, for partnering with the bank. So that's my responsibility to try and share a bit of knowledge of some of the benefits. But the key thing that I really do, that I love, is what we call financial literacy. Okay? So just by a show of hands here, how's everybody acquainted in terms of their statement? If anybody can put up their hand and say that they confidently go to their statement every month. See, by a show of hands.
I don't want to get stressed out.
Okay, at least there's three, okay? And those who don't, Just a hand to just say why maybe you might not go through a statement. It's okay because now I was once there. Sometimes I also forget to check it. But I just want to just tap into your minds. Let's try this from. What's your name? Naledi. Why would you think you wouldn't go through a statement monthly?
Because I know how I spend my money. That is the reason why I don't go through my bank statement.
You know how you spend every cent.
Yeah, I do.
And you don't want to go there and say, hey, this is what I did.
No.
Okay. Some people call it buyer's remorse, especially if you buy a lot and when you go to your statement, you're like, hey, what's going on now? Okay? And the reason why I say that is that the first thing about financial literacy that we need to understand is that we need to know what is our day-to-day. And we call that a statement analysis. So you need to be able to understand what your statement is telling you. And the reason I say this is that, number one, you could have a fraudulent debit order going through. And the fraudulent debit orders, they're very smart because sometimes they make them be like 19.99.
Yeah.
Okay? Sometimes 49.99. The 19.99 one is also deceptive because you might think it's a loaf of bread. Okay? But then it'll have like this DigiCash next to it, you know? And then you wonder, you say, it's only 20 rand. But now look at it like this. Multiply that by 100,000 people. Because that's what the syndicates do. They buy people to get their account details, then they start doing these small little debit orders. That's why you see some of them driving these Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and all that stuff. It's based on some of them are these syndicates. And we arrested about 2 of them in 2012 and also in 2015, and they were making 100 million a month off of these fraudulent debit orders. With
So
the
they buy the bank employees.
They're buying
it's not just the
details.
bank
How do you
employees.
get the details?
It's not, they're getting it from the ones that we did get, they were getting information from the departments in terms of Department of Health, Department of Labor. They buy people there. Also as well, the cell phone companies, MTN, Vodacom, Cell C, and also some of the banks as well. So it's a broader network. And obviously, with regards to organized crime, what they do, some of them, they are paid essentially just to look at the habits. Look, go and be around in your neighborhood. Look where Siabonga, as the manager of the banky that stays in this township, can somebody follow him, see what's happening? Is he needing money? How's his daughter doing? That. So when they do come in, they use psychological blackmail on you because they know that you destitute and need funds. Okay? So, but then when you go through your statement, there's also another thing that's important. When money comes in, so those of you at the back, when money comes in, what do we call it? I know we all did a little bit of accounting, but when money comes into your account, what is it? It's a credit, right? So on your statements, you'll see 2 things. There'll be a minus and there'll be nothing next to the numbers, okay? So when there's nothing, it means that the money is being credited into the account, okay? When there's a minus, it's being debited. But then, remember there's income and expenses, but then there's an in-between, which is important. That we call that disposable income. And that's important why? We use that when it's time for you to apply for big ticket items. So if you're a person that in your account that is salaried, when your money comes in, you sometimes transfer most of it to another account and don't use it, it's going to start affecting your credit status. Okay? So just be careful that with the account that you use for a salary, also use it to transact so you can help build your history. And your account must not be on a minus. Why? If it goes on a minus, what happens is that it starts affecting your credit history. Some of the banks, it's immediately. With us, we give you 7 days to be able to sort out before it starts affecting your credit history. Those here who bank with FNB and have got what we call an Aspire account, we actually did something to help you with managing your account and not being on minus. We said, if your account, and it's Aspire, which is our gold account, entry level, if you make sure that it's not on minus for 12 months straight, you get a 1,500 Rand voucher to use at Superbalist and take a lot. That's just to reward you. Yeah.
Sorry, Sia. So it's also, okay, you're saying your account mustn't be in minus.
Yeah,
right?
it must be in minus, yeah.
But your overdraft?
Overdraft is the facility. So when your account is minus there, we understand from a banking perspective that's your overdraft.
Yeah.
So that minus of overdraft and a normal minus is different. Because also when
I'm
overdraft.
just getting worried there.
No, the overdraft we look at, does everybody understand what an overdraft is? As well, because sometimes we speak about these things not being understood.
All in debt, we know what overdraft is.
Okay. So the overdraft we look at, let's say you get 10,000 and your overdraft is 5. In total, when you go through your statements, it'll say current balance and there'll be an available balance. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what the difference is?
No.
So the current balance that you have, okay, the current balance, okay, that is your money, okay, that is your money. And then the available balance is your money plus the bank's money, okay. So you have to be, that's why when we go in and check, if you have an overdraft of 5,000, and then your account, you use that overdraft, and it means that out of the salary plus the money is 15,000. But when the money starts being minus is going to be minus 1,000, means that you're tapping into the overdraft now. But once you exceed minus 5,000 rand, now you're in minus 6,000 rand. It means that you're in a negative 1,000. That's the part that will affect your credit history. But then obviously you can sort it out within 7 working days. And the reason why on check accounts it will allow you to even use an additional 1,000 is because we don't want you to be embarrassed when you get to the till and you get a decline. So if you ever wanted to know the difference between a check account and a savings, is that the check account is designed for you to be not embarrassed. That's why you see the fee is slightly a little bit high. Okay? But also as well, it was check account because of checkbooks. But now there's no checkbooks, so most of the time it's current account, but we use the check account name because it's still familiar. Okay, so what I would rather say as well is that if you want to improve your credit history quickly, rather go, depending on what your salary is, because the check account, they usually would start from 5,000 and above across all the banks, okay, from 5,000 and above. So if you fall into that space and you're wanting maybe to buy a house or a car in the next year or next 2 years, I always would say start off with an entry-level check account because it's the quickest way for you to build your credit history. It takes you 12 months to improve your credit history on a savings account. On a check account, it takes you 4 months. So if you ever wondered just the difference between savings and check, okay? Another thing as well, around about understanding my money, is that you guys need to know how you work with interest as well, okay? There's debit interest, then there's credit interest, okay? There's the interest that you pay and the interest that you earn, okay? Can anybody tell me is that what is the best investments that you can get at the moment, normal banking investment? Don't talk about shares and stuff like that. Which one do you think is the best at the moment? There's quite a few. Okay, yeah, you've been doing your homework. Tax-free savings is the best at the moment. And you know why tax-free savings is the best, guys? Yes, sir?
Because your money is not taxed and the amount that you put in is what you get out. But you can only, like it teaches you discipline, that you can't just take it whenever you want to take it. You need to wait and ask for the money so that you give.
100%.
So I think it's the best option.
100%. So just to add to her is that you guys know the 32-day account, right?
Yeah.
So the 32-day was the go-to account, right? If you want to secure your money and not just get it out, right? But when the tax-free savings came, it said, we'll do you better. We'll help you that this money reduces your taxable income. So for some of you, like myself, I do my returns every year with no problem. I also have to, because I've got quite a bit of stuff in, I've also got some properties as well. I have to declare my stuff and my tax can be a lot. But because I've got 2 tax-free savings, those 2 tax-free savings are at the top because you can only invest 36,000 per tax year. And both of mine are already on 36,000. But those 2 amounts, which is, what I would say, about 72,000. those and that money reduces my taxable income. So meaning that it's a benefit for me to have them. If I had kids, I don't have kids yet, but when I have a child, I'll also open a tax-free because it'll also reduce my taxable income because they're a dependent. You know, so that's another trick, you know, to help yourself from your taxes as well. And I'm teaching you some game here because you're getting 5% minimum on a 32-day. And here with the tax-free, you're getting 7% minimum. Consumer inflation is just under 5%. So if you're at 5%, it means that your money you're getting poorer with your money invested the following year because inflation will increase, but it's not going to increase at the same rate as your investment. So always get an investment where you're going to have at least 2% above inflation. So the interest that you get from there, at least it helps your basket be a little bit more heavier the next year. Okay? It's just teaching you some game because some of these things your consultant in a branch, wherever you bank, might not give you this information. Okay? Then here from managing debt point of view, I would say another key portion is that there are 4 main credits. Okay? There's personal loan, revolving facility, overdraft, and credit card. Let me choose that table there at the back there. Tandegil, let me choose somebody from your table. Which one, guys, do you think is the most expensive out of these 4? So we've got personal loan, credit card, revolving facility, and overdraft. Which one do you think is the most expensive?
Personal loan.
Personal loan, okay. Anything else on that side? Let's see that table at the back there. Which one do you think is the most expensive?